Let's play a game of That Didn't Age Well. And is that going to reflect on Kathy Wood or Jack Dorsey? Go ahead and drop a comment and lock in your prediction. we will we will see what's about to happen. Um, I saw the thing about Jack's tweet, and you don't want it to happen, but you kind of see it happening. Doesn't mean it's going to happen though. I don't know what we can do to fix it. We're really good at fixing things when we can like throw money at a problem. And it feels like one of the issues, the biggest issue we have right now is that we threw too much money at the problem. And I don't know how we get out of this mess. I'm doing another post. You want to check it out? It's I got sent a link to do an episode on this guy. I don't even know. I don't even know his name. I got to pull a link back up, but you'll see it on my YouTube here in a little bit. And it's a Twitter thread about the ports and trying to fix the issues at the ports. But if you go through the guy's tweets, and I can't say I read them in great detail with a microscope, but I was just looking at some of the stuff he was talking about to fix it. None of this stuff is a quick fix, and in this world we always want like simple fixes for complex problems, and that shit never happens. And nor do I think there is a quick fix. It's just when you look at the depth of the problem right now, I don't know when we get out of it because I haven't really seen anyone come up with a legitimate way to get out of it. They talked about $17 billion or something in an infrastructure plan going to the ports. Money's not fixing this issue. I think we have a lot of issues. But it's like I don't understand. I'm curious where she thinks deflationary forces will eclipse supply chain havoc. So we got supply chain havoc right now. Like, well, there's another trending thing. Inflation is the biggest risk to the market. Duh. How do I get one of these trending posts? I can say some common sense shit like that and get a post up here. What's this other one? Natural gas surges. A U.S. forecast stoke winter supply jitters. Yeah, man, my propane's up. Like everyone's like, natural gas is up, propane's up, gas, diesel, everything's up. And when energy prices go up, guess what? Everything else goes up. U.S. stocks gain, oil fluctuates 7-year high. Duh. All right. What's her answers? What is she gonna say here? The three sources of deflation Wood flagged are the impact of technological advances like AI. What are you talking about? She invested big in AI. Of course she's going to say that. We got issues right now. There's boats, there's ships backed up out there right now. AI's not fixing this shit right now. Maybe in the long term. The impact of technological advances like AI, creative destruction from disruptive innovation that pushes down the price of obsolete goods. That's another far out, not far out as in crazy, but something that's not happening tomorrow. Cyclical factors due to the pandemic, where firms ramped up orders to meet rising demand and will eventually be lost with excess supply and unwind. Some truth to this one, okay? I've been talking about this on my channel for a little bit. I call it pull ahead sales. We all went out and bought everything on the planet in the last 18 months. You couldn't buy a boat around here. RVs were sold out. Bikes have been sold out. I think I tried to order a bike in the spring and they said I couldn't get one till next year. Who's got all the bikes? Like, this is ridiculous. So I can see where we went binge buying and we drove up demand. And now, like, bikes and RVs and boats and shit, you don't buy those every year. So I think we probably bought 5 years worth of durable goods in an 18-month period. So I am expecting a slowdown there. The problem is this is far beyond just durable goods. This is probably everything from your paper towel to the soap you use. How much stuff comes in on ships from overseas is pretty crazy. So I could see where that one makes some sense. But I think this is the inflation's bigger than the supply side and the demand side right now. It's the fact that we dumped in trillions and what is it, like $6 trillion, $7 trillion that we know of got dumped into the system. Now we're trying to dump trillions more in for the infrastructure bill. Add all that up. That's our issue right now. So we did overconsume, but there's also just too much money in the system, and there's really no way to get it out without causing another issue. So we got people that don't want to go back to work. We're overconsuming. There's too much money in the system. It sounds like inflation might be hitting for a little bit. We're really going hard on electric vehicles, it seems, which you got to imagine that's not helping oil prices right now. And when oil goes up, gas and diesel goes up, and then we know that's how we transport goods all over the country, so goods will go up. Everything's going to go up. Is it hyperinflation? We'll see. I know my dad's grocery bill went up 30%. Not that 5% the government's talking about, overall inflation. My dad's grocery bill's up 30%. His gas bill's way up. Like the things that are costing us to live are way up. We got to see what that really ends up being. Now, is that going to be the 70s stagflation? I don't know. Seems like we could get there. Oh, wow. Oh, look at this. The flagship ARK Innovation ETF is down 25% from February. She had a big run, and I want to curious, where does she go from here? She had a really good run there. So everyone's featuring her in these articles like she's the next Jedi. That's why I'm wondering, is this for who? Is it who? Is it whom? I never understood that one. Who's going to be right here? Is it Kathy or Jack? I mean, Jack's, last I checked, he's not an economist, but hell, maybe he got a degree in economics. I don't know. We know Kathy's in the finance space, but one of you two are going to be wrong, and I'm interested to see. I hope Kathy's right, because I don't want to go through hyperinflation. Unless you own assets that, appreciate with the inflation, it's going to, everyone else it sucks for. And then you're going to have probably, slow growth. The jobs aren't going to be there, and our workforce isn't prepared. Yeah, I think, talking to my father, we got through the 70s in a sense because, he worked at a steel factory, for example. He didn't care what he did. He would just go work. And I think a lot of our workforce today won't do that. If they can't have the job they want that is in line with their passion or something they love, they quote unquote won't go work a meaningless job, such as they want to go work at a Ford plant. We were able to kind of survive the 70s because of the mentality of the workforce. Even when jobs were scarce, people were still willing to go do whatever they had to do. And I don't know if we're there right now. And I think you're seeing that happen with the worker shortage. People are just like, I got enough money to live, screw it, I'm not going to work. So we could have that 70s style stagflation compounded with a labor shortage that hurts small business, which is also going to hurt job creation, and all over the place, and ends up creating supply chain and inventory issue because it affects logistics and raw materials and shipping and ports and everything in between. So you could see where we could be headed down the face of a nightmare, but I'm hoping we're not. I'm hoping it's just going to be a bumpy ride. We get the ports and the transportation figured out, people get back to work, and things will smooth themselves out later in 2022. But I don't know if this inflation seems transitory anymore. It seems to be getting worse. I got a Panera Bread by me that's only got 3 employees. And some places are just shutting down. Starbucks is opening up at 1 o'clock on weekdays, Monday through Friday. Because, hey, getting coffee in the morning on the way to work is highly overrated. Imagine being Starbucks and you can't open in the morning on your busiest days because you don't have workers. There's many cracks in the system right now. And I think the reason why is we don't see a lot of our government talking about it because I don't think they have a fix for it. One that we know how to take money out of the system and we know how to put money in the system. Every once in a while we come up with some other program like cash for clunkers to try to put our hands into the free markets and capitalism to see if we can do something better. I don't think we're talking about it at the government level right now because we don't have an answer. We don't know how to fix the oversupply of money. So anyways, we'll see how well this ages. If you want to pick a side, drop a comment below and we'll see who's right I have no idea. We'll have to find out. But until then, I'm going to catch you on the next one.